I've been making a lot of standalone recipe videos lately, and I think you guys have been enjoying them. But the thing is, standalone recipes only really do well when they're dessert-based recipes or something like pizzas. And you know, I'm not complaining. I love nothing more than dessert and pizza. It's allowed me to go crazy with my love for chocolate and peanut butter, and I've tried out a bunch of homemade pizza recipes, which has been really, really fun. Also, homemade protein bars, protein donuts, cupcakes, low calorie spreads, the list goes on and on. And it's all good stuff. But the one issue is that I genuinely don't think that those single recipe videos actually help people anywhere near as much as these kind of recipe videos do. And that's because it's not realistic for people to make a whole diet out of Reese's cake bars and Oreo cupcakes and low calorie Nutella. As great as that would be, it's not realistic. We don't eat like that. 20% of a good diet, sure, but not 100%. So those recipe videos only help people for that 20%, and I want to help people for 100%, and that's where videos like this come in. What's much more likely to help out my clients and help out the people that watch these videos is savoury meal ideas, things that can replace your lunch, your dinner, for your whole family that you can actually have on a regular basis. So that is where today's recipe video comes in. We are going through 3 super high volume, low calorie, anabolic recipes which you can have with your whole family. You can have them for lunch, you can have them for dinner, and they can actually be part of a normal diet rather than, like I said, eating cake bars and low calorie Nutella for your entire calorie budget. But anyway, for those 3 super high volume recipes, we have got some good stuff today. We have got some super volumized fajitas. We have got an Italian crust style Domino's pizza with a twist. And obviously I couldn't go a whole video without doing any dessert kind of stuff. So we've also got some cookies and cream Oreo waffles in there at the end as well, just for good measure. Let's get to meal 1. And meal number 1 is an absolute classic, a family favourite. It is the humble chicken fajita. Sometimes the basics are the best, and let's be honest, nobody complains when it's fajita night. Now, fajitas are already a pretty healthy dinner option, but the calories can definitely add up quite quickly, so we're going to go through a few little tweaks to crank up the volume and bring down the calories. The main change I'm going to be making is using these flat out white rustic wraps instead of regular tortillas. These only have 130 calories per entire wrap and 5 grams of protein, which is pretty decent. We're going to be using 2 of them. And before you say it, yes, these are technically pizza crusts. Do I look like I give a shit? No. And along with those is going to be some chicken breast, some fat-free cheese, some pre-sliced red onions, because I literally don't know how to do this myself, it really scares me, some mixed bell peppers, and some mushrooms for even more volume. Once you've got those things, you're ready to make these low-calorie, high-volume fajitas. Alright, nobody likes washing up, so these fajitas are going to be made one-pan style. Start off with 100 grams of shredded chicken, cooking up whilst in the meantime getting the fajita veg ready to go. We're going to be using 50 grams of sliced red onions, 300 grams of mixed bell peppers chopped up however you like them, and 200 grams of mushrooms, again chopped up however you like. Loads of volume, as you can see. Add these to your frying pan with the chicken and then stir around, mixing with 10 grams of tomato puree, some Worcestershire sauce, some 0 calorie maple syrup, sounds weird but trust me on this one, smoked paprika, some garlic powder and some salt. Allow the veg to cook and soften up, and then serve alongside the 2 flat out wraps and top with 30 grams or so of fat-free cheese. Beautiful. My god, the volume. We have 2 absolutely enormous fajita wraps covered in cheese, but it's not just that. We also have a whole bowl of the mixed fajita chicken veggies thing as well, of course. So all of this, and you can obviously bulk this up even more by adding a bunch of spinach into this if you want to. But to be honest, after today, I'm not that hungry. But not only is this a super satisfying, high volume, low calorie meal, it's also ridiculously simple. Like, there are no cooking skills required to make this. For this huge amount of food, we have just 497 calories. A big 50 grams of protein, 63 grams of carbs, and only 6 grams of fat. Your typical family feed tonight can easily run you up 1,000 calories, so you're saving at least half here. You really can't go wrong. And recipe number 2 is a recipe that genuinely was not planned in the slightest. I literally put this together this morning. Its creation was a pure fluke, but I think something beautiful is going to come from it. You see, I needed to pick up some bits from the shops, so naturally I started in Lidl. And whilst I was in Lidl, I saw these thick cut maple chicken breast slices discounted, and obviously I had to pick them up. I had literally no idea what I was going to use them for, but I had no choice. I see the discount sticker, I buy. I then continued shopping and I later ended up in Tesco. At which point I was buying some wraps and I noticed something new, which always gets me excited in Tesco. And that something new was these large stone-baked bread wraps. Stone-baked wraps, large. I don't think I have to explain why my mind went straight to pizza. They're stone baked, so they look and probably taste like a rustic pizza base. They are literally the exact same size as a medium Domino's pizza, 11 inches in diameter, and they look to be the same sort of style as the Domino's Italian crust, if you've ever had that before. So I bagged these wraps too, and on that day, the chicken and mushroom maple thin crust pizza was born. And if you think maple syrup on a pizza sounds weird or disgusting, then to be honest, you're in the wrong place. Just leave. In the UK, actual thin crust pizza bases, which are actually low calorie, are not common at all. I know you can get quite a few in America and places like that. Here, not so much. But if anything, I think this might be an even better solution, looking at the stone-baked consistency and texture, and it's only 240 calories for the whole thing. So let's see if my hypothesis is right, and let's make the pizza. And as with most pizzas, this is super simple. We just need 5 ingredients and a little bit of heat. Get your oven preheating to 180 degrees C, then grab yourself a pizza pan big enough to fit the stone-baked bread wrap and begin preparing the pizza toppings. During this time, you have the optional step depending on how you like your pizza. If you like a crispier base, put the pizza in the oven for 5 minutes or so before adding any toppings to help start crisping it up. Or if you prefer a softer, chewier base, then just skip this step. I like it softer and chewier, so I'm skipping it. The first part of the pizza topping is the sauce, of course, and for this we're going to be using 30 grams of tomato puree, mixing with 0-calorie maple syrup. Combine the two together in a container with some water until you've reached a nice pizza sauce consistency. Adjust the amount of maple you use to personal preference of how sweet you want this pizza to be. Then we're going to grate 50 grams of fat-free cheese ready to go on top of the sauce. And we're going to weigh out 40 grams of the maple chicken breast slices, and finally chop up 1 to 2 mushrooms. And now we build. Spend as much or as little time making the pizza look beautiful as you like before bang it in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes or just until the cheese is melted and you are ready to go. Well, that looks damn good, doesn't it? Just based on appearance alone, I think I was right in saying that it's just like a Italian crust from Domino's. It might be more on the thin and crispy than the Italian side, but either way, it's looking very, very nice. As you can see, it's a really good size, exactly the same as a medium Domino's, so 11 inches in diameter. I can literally smell the maple syrup coming off of it, and I'm definitely going to drizzle some more maple over the top in a minute, but I'll save that because that is definitely an SFW. Cheese is melted, the chicken looks juicy. It's time to give it a go. So I've got my knife and fork here, and let's cut a little slice off. I'm not going to make it pretty, I haven't got time for that. Let's see what we got. It's looking good, let's do it. I am a genius. That is so nice. The maple goes really well with the chicken. Like, I told you to trust me that maple would go on a pizza, and I wasn't wrong. When am I ever wrong? I don't lie to you. Come on. I know that tortilla pizzas suck, Like, but this is different because it's made of bread. I know normal tortillas are bread as well, but it's Lebanese. It's a Lebanese flatbread thing. I don't know, but it's more like an actual pizza base than a tortilla, and it just works so much better. If you like thin crust pizzas, if you like chicken, and if you like maple, you have to try this. And what's even better is the macros. For the entire 11-inch pizza, you've only got 399 calories with 34 grams of protein, 59 grams of carbs, and only 3 grams of fat. 3 grams of fat for an 11-inch pizza. If you compare this to a thin and crispy Domino's pizza, you are looking at about 1,000 calories more, and you were looking at way, way, way more fat. Trust me on that one. So if you're craving pizza and you've got access to these Lebanese flatbread things, highly recommend it. And now we've only got one meal left, and that is going to be Oreo waffles. And our last recipe for today that is high volume, low calorie, high protein is that token dessert recipe that I told you I had to include. And you know it. We're doing waffles, and it has been a while, so in case you've forgotten or if you're new to the channel, waffles are better than pancakes. Waffles are far superior to pancakes in almost every way. Don't even try and change my mind, because it is a battle that you've already lost. These waffles are going to be flavoured like cookies and cream with some crushed up Oreo O's inside them, which basically makes them Oreo waffles, right? You are going to like this one. I guarantee you. It's super simple, very low calorie, very high protein. It's got Oreo O's in it. It's cereal, waffles, what's not to like? Let's make these damn waffles. Okay, so the details of this one are in my recipe book, so we'll just go through it quickly here today. If you're interested in getting that, make sure to hit the top link in my description. The first thing we are going to need is a waffle maker, so you're going to plug that in and get that bad boy preheating. You can of course make these into pancakes instead using a frying pan, but just know that you're shooting yourself in the foot because waffles are better. Now we're going to get a mixing bowl, set that on our scales, and we're going to add in our flour, some cookies and cream protein powder, baking powder of course. We're going for some egg whites separated the old fashioned way. Fat-free vanilla skier, this one from Aldi is awesome. Some low-calorie sweetener. Crushed up Oreo O's. Now we mix. Looking very, very good. So good. From there, we're going to spray the waffle iron with some 0-calorie cooking spray. And add half of the mix to each side of the iron. Load it up. Let those bad boys cook away for a few minutes until they're ready. And done. 2 beautiful looking protein waffles. Just going to plate those up, and I'm just going to make those look Insta-worthy with some extra Greek yogurt dolloped on there. Some more crushed up Oreos and a little bit of cocoa powder. My god, it looks good. And those are some beautiful looking Oreo waffles if you ask me. What's even better is that they clock in at only 319 calories for the whole thing, with 42 grams of protein, 32 grams of carbs, and just 3 grams of fat. That is amazing. Plus they're waffles, which means they're better than pancakes. Obviously, when I'm sat smelling and looking at something this beautiful, I'm gonna have to taste it, so taste test. Okay, we've got a good looking bite here. We've got a little bit of everything. Let's give it a go. So good. So good. Probably some of the best protein waffles I've had in terms of taste, in terms of consistency and texture. Even the calories and macros, up there with the best. Subtle cookies and cream taste, but nice and vanilla-y, and yeah, can't go wrong. Alright, so wrapping up the video, and I think this was a really good one today. 3 absolutely solid recipes if you ask me. If I had to pick a favourite, I'd be tempted to say the pizza, just because it was so close to that actual takeaway Domino's Italian base experience. but I would be lying if I said that the waffles weren't just an absolute game changer, to be honest. Either way, I am very confident if you try any of these 3 recipes, you are going to love them. They are 3 recipes that you can definitely implement into your day-to-day routine. They can replace those higher calorie, regular dinner or lunch options or dessert or whatever if you're looking at the waffles, and I think you will find them very helpful in your journey, whether it be gaining muscle, losing weight, whatever it might be. So let me know in the comment section which of the 3 recipes you're going to try, or if it's all 3, let me know which your favorite was. If you have any questions or anything else you'd like to see, also let me know. Don't forget that if you are looking to get serious and actually start getting closer towards your goals, then that top link in the description is where you want to be. You can contact me directly and we can have a chat about how to get you there. Subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week, so join the team and don't miss out. Thank you as always for watching, and until the next one, see you later guys.